Come on, man. Wow, she's doing. Oh, the bistro Z.
New York City Hall responded to those claims. New York City Hall responded to those claims from DOJ about the FEMA funds, saying, quote, the previous administration left New York City largely on its own to manage an international humanitarian crisis. We have worked to minimize the costs of this crisis and have negotiated service costs to ensure that we are not wasting taxpayer dollars. We've already spent over $7 billion in the crisis alone, and the previous administration committed only $237 million in funding to help house the migrants in our care and for future services. We will discuss this matter directly with federal officials. Josh Levine joins me now. John Levine, forgive me, John. $59 million to house these migrants in the most expensive luxury hotels that exist in America today. Does that make any sense? And they didn't deny it, by the way.
No, they're like, well, it wasn't all hotels, a little bit here, a little bit shelter services, security. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's $59 million or $1 million or 1 cent. It's the taxpayer money spent on people who shouldn't be here, who are here illegally and are being sent home now because of that. It's completely outrageous. And hopefully the new partnership that we're seeing between Trump and Adams can bring some accountability and order to this system, our mayor.
We should mention, by the way, everybody thinks the mayor controls New York City. No longer does that happen. It used to be that way back decades ago, but now it's the city council, and that is comprised of really radical progressives.
Oh, yeah. No, we have, it's just like the federal government. We have a legislature here, the city council, that causes a lot of problems for the mayor. And, it's a very, very heavily liberal, progressive establishment, and they can veto and they can block a lot of very good ideas from the mayor's office.
Another crazy thing that's happening, we have 800,000, the possibility of 800,000 people who are here with questionable citizenship qualifications being able to vote in the next election? Is that true?
Well, it's not going to happen. It's like they want it to happen. There's a move. Democrats have been trying to normalize non-citizen voting in New York City for a very long time for, state, local elections. And it's not going to happen. Judges have shot this down at every single turn. It's eventually probably going to go to the Supreme Court, where they will also lose. But it is on the agenda, no question.
It's unbelievable. And finally, Mayor Adams, he was having a lot of difficulty, questions about whether he was taking gifts from foreign governments or people affiliated with foreign governments. The U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District, which includes Manhattan, was looking into all of this. Apparently now he's off the hook. Have I got that right?
Charges totally dropped. Apparently he was eating at a steakhouse when they told him. There's a lot of potential cooperation between Mayor Adams and President Trump, and they've talked about how they're going to work on migrants and the deportations. And the fact is, he was indicted after speaking up about the migrants, and there have been a lot of questions about whether these indictments were politically motivated. Obviously, something our president knows something about. So I think they saw a lot of common ground here, and as you can see, now the charges are gone.
Donald Trump himself was belittling some of the charges, saying who here in the audience of journalists who were asking about it haven't had an upgrade, which included some of the so-called bribes against the mayor.
It's a pretty poor bribe, a free airline upgrade.
All right. One more for you, John. The bill that would have delayed New York's 21 special district election to November is now dead. This is Representative Stefanik, who has been nominated to be the UN ambassador for the United States. Her seat, they want to delay it so that that slim majority in the House of Congress would be even slimmer than it already is. Will they succeed?
No, they actually pulled it yesterday, I believe. They tried to do a fast one where they were just going to hold it open until the November election, which would have obviously hurt the majority in Congress.